Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it looks like the race has been called for Donald Trump. He got all the necessary electoral votes. The Associated Press has called the race, and it looks like Donald Trump is going to be president. Now, I know a lot of politicians and Democrat voters were hoping that towards the end of the vote count, something magical would pop up, would lose a state or two. Going to be on December 12th. They're going to be certifying the votes, and then after that is January 6th, where it's the reading of the electoral votes. Now, are the Democrats going to try something in between that period? I do not know that. I simply do not know. But one thing I do know that Democrat voters can do right now about Donald Trump winning is thinking about what they can do with their personal lives. And that is in regards to how they react. Now the truth is there's a lot of things that happen in life that we have no power over. Alright? Now if there's a situation in your life where you have the ability to change it or stop it, that means you have power to do so. Who becomes president is outside of your power once the electoral vote has been completed. Now, one thing I would like to say to everyone watching right now is that all the Trump supporters I know, if they had a family member or a longtime friend or even a coworker tell them that they're voting for Kamala Harris, they do not write that person off. There's been a huge uptick of people that have totally disavowed their friendships with lifelong friends. I've had a couple cousins of mine message me and say, hey, don't ever talk to me again. Do not talk to me at family events. Your support for Trump makes me no longer a family member to you. And that's disgusting. That's like super sad that someone could write another person off just because they have a differing opinion. Like, honestly, I do not know a single Trump voter that has wrote someone off just because they were voting for a Democrat. I've seen them kind of be like, oh, well, maybe they're not educated, they don't know what's going on. They got brainwashed by celebrities and the news media, but they never say, hey, never talk to me again. Like, and it's insane the amount of people that have taken their own lives just because Donald Trump won. Like, you know there's a mental problem in the United States when people start doing shit like that. Like I said, there's certain things in life that you have no power over. And it's only 4 years till you have an opportunity to change it. Like, why would you go and call it quit on life just because Donald Trump won? That's when you know people have been radicalized by the media. They've been radicalized by celebrities and politicians that don't have people's best interests in mind. Because as a politician, I would reach out to the other side and say, hey, I know this didn't turn out how you wanted, but I want you to understand that this isn't the end of the fight. There's still more fight to be had, so do not give up. But reading true to the title of this video, what can the Democrats do about Trump's win? And that's, you could take a look at what's going on. I believe a lot of Democrats really thought they had this in the bag and that Trump was going to be out of politics forever. But what you witnessed on election night is a loud and clear message from the majority of the United States saying they want Donald Trump. Alright? And don't think that all people that voted for Trump are just brainwashed or uneducated. Because the thing is, we understand he's not the best person in the world. I think we could all agree on that. Now the thing is, for all the people that voted for Trump, we're not voting for his personality. We're not voting for his attitude. We're not voting for his personal life whatsoever. What we're voting for is what he vows to stand up against. He's vowing to stand up to a corrupt political establishment. He's calling out these bureaucrats that run and operate every aspect of our life. If you don't know, there's only a couple major corporations that pretty much own and operate everything we use, consume, and watch. And I don't think they have your best interest in mind, because the thing is, the more divided we are, the more money the news channels make off of their ratings. The more chaos going in the world, the more people that tune in. So what can Democrats do now that Trump won is kind of take a step back and kind of say, how did he win so fucking big? How are so many people supporting Donald Trump? And you'll start to realize that people are sick of the identity politics. We're sick of people interfering with our children. We're sick of being overtaxed. We're sick of being overregulated. We're sick of the media completely lying to us about everything. Like, you turn on the news and you just get this negative feeling and this high level of anxiety. And we're sick of that shit. Something amazing that came from this election cycle is the amount of podcasts and digital media that overtook, far surpassing the legacy media's viewers. It's showing that the people are taking the power back. Like, it's no longer these major corporations, these big news stations that are really feeding the public information. It's been decentralized. Right now, just about anyone has the opportunity to start their own news channel. Now, it might not be on television, but we have the internet, and with the internet, capabilities are endless. You're able to get your perspective, your information, your stories out there that the news would never show. And people are gravitating towards that more and more. So Donald Trump won. So what can Democrats do about it? Well, I don't see anything legally. But what you can do is recognize that you might have been lied to about just about everything about Donald Trump. You got to see 2 impeachments fall through where he is found acquitted and innocent from what they were claiming he did. You got to see multiple cases drop last week that were going up against Donald Trump. They're going to be dropping all these trials because the election's over. And that is like a telltale sign that the only reason they did that shit was because he was running for president. And the people aren't taking that shit anymore. This is America. We don't need people attacking political opponents with lawfare. Like turning the Department of Justice against their political foes. Like, that shit's insane. But I don't know if you saw, but Trump just released a shit ton of videos going over exactly what he plans to do. And some of them are scary. I'll admit, like, they're really big ideas, like massive ideas. One of them being labeling the Mexican cartel down in Mexico as a terror organization. And he's going to be putting special forces in Mexico to take out these cartels, the high-ranking cartel. Because the thing is, people are trying to stop the drugs and the human trafficking at the border. But the thing is, you cut off a tail and another one grows. But his theory is that we're going to go after the head where it all begins. And after that, that's where you stop it. Stop it at the source. So I'm curious to hear your perspective. Do you think going after the leadership of the Mexican cartel, MS-13, all those other major cartels down in Mexico, do you think that would really curb human trafficking, coyotes, the import of illicit drugs into the United States? Because I honestly think that's the most hardcore thing you can do. And I think it'll literally stop it at the source. And it'll kind of deter any new cartel members that are thinking about joining, knowing that U.S. Special Forces are going to be coming after your ass. Like, that shit's badass. On top of that, Donald Trump put out a video stating a 10-step plan of how to go after the deep state. He's putting term limits on congressmen. He's going after rogue bureaucrats. It's just super inspiring. Like, have you guys seen those videos? Let's see what you guys are up to. You don't even know what I'm talking about? You'll see the videos he's putting out. Yeah, he said he's even going after Soros. Amen, 2-car. That's right. But he's already starting negotiations with Vladimir Putin on a peace deal with Ukraine. And from what I've heard so far, he's going to continue to give them some aid just because the United States is required to do so. We had an agreement with him. I believe he might rewrite that. But the peace deal that Putin's looking for, and it's the whole cause of it, is Trump saying that he'll ban Ukraine from joining NATO for 20 years. And that's the whole reason he went in there. Why are people hating on Ryan? What's going on here? Yeah, ISIS was all across the world. But guess what? He took out the leadership, and what happened? So I think going after the leadership of the Mexican cartel is probably the smartest way to attack it, instead of attacking the mules and the fall guys that are coming across the border. Like, come on. You take out their low-ranking guys, another guy gets hired. Come on. But some crazy fact, in 2024, when Mexico was electing new officials, the cartel took out 34 politicians. They've infiltrated the government, they've infiltrated the police, the military, everything in Mexico. So I think that's probably one of the most important things Trump could do right away, is start going after the Mexican cartel. On top of that, Donald Trump, I'm trying to find the source of these videos. If you go look at RFK's TikTok, he's put out a lot of these videos. Same with Donald Trump Jr. He's putting out these videos where Trump's stating his exact plan. And I don't know if it's like a manifesto, so if they do take him out, everyone knows what to do. He's like literally telling every single detail, step by step, the plan. Like, everyone knows how to follow it. And the thing is, he's going after Big Ag. He's going after the Department of Health. Like, he has this plan, day one, to rip fluoride out of the public water system. Like, all the shit I've been hoping for. Copy that. But yeah, guys, I'm not just sitting in the car right now. a skitty. And we just had a truck arrive. Nice. Hold up. In a moment of focus right now. Running over big ass rocks. Oh yeah, get that rock, baby. But I'm curious, have any of you guys seen those new videos that Donald Trump's putting out? It's insane. Like, he's going full scorched earth. Like, no holding back. Like, 100% saying all the shit that's going to scare and terrify a lot of people that are in the government. Like, and also Elon Musk coming out with his exact plan of government efficiency, where I think the most important part is right now, the national interest on our debt, the deficit, is just surpassed the military defense budget. $1 trillion a year. So the thing is, if you've ever had a credit card, that interest rate, you get hit with interest, and then you're gonna pay interest on your amount, your principal, and the added interest, and it just keeps compounding to where you never catch up. Now that's going on with our government, because what's 5% of $1 trillion? They're gonna add that every single year, and it's gonna keep compounding. So Elon Musk said, "Hey, we're not gonna just skim the budget here and there." He's saying it needs to be radical change, radical. Like, it's gonna shake shit up. But hey, we got to do it, or else our country goes completely bankrupt. Because paying $1 trillion in interest this year is insane. Like, we're never going to catch up. We're never going to get out of debt. So I'm pretty pumped to see what shit Elon Musk says we should cut out of government. And right now we have something like 500 government agencies. And I believe that 90% of those aren't even necessary. Like, I've never seen any government official go as crazy as Donald Trump's going right now. And I see why Democrats are so terrified. It looks scary from an outside perspective. But for someone that believed in Trump's agenda, in Trump's fight, it's exactly what we need. We need this full scorched earth. Like, he's gonna look like a dictator, 100%. Donald Trump is gonna look like a dictator because he's gonna come in and he's just gonna wipe shit out. But guess what? It's completely necessary, and it's the only way we're gonna save our country from demise. Like I just said, there's no way we could survive at the rate of what we're paying in just our interest on our national debt. Like, there's no way. And check this out. Everyone's terrified about his tariffs. Well, guess what? Other countries are too. You know how many countries are in talks with the United States to bring their manufacturing to America? I'm not sure if you knew it, but back in the 80s, they put tariffs on Toyota. And what Toyota did the second it happened was they started producing their trucks in America to avoid those tariffs. So actually, it saved Toyota money to produce their products in America, and it lowered the cost of the product to the American consumer. So everyone's saying that, oh, tariffs get passed on to the consumer. Well, that's if the company's dumb enough to keep producing their product in a foreign country instead of moving production to America. On top of that, J.D. Vance went over a detailed plan how they're going to do this mass deportation operation, where he clearly stated they're going after the low-hanging fruit first. The people that volunteer to leave. After that, they're going to go to mandatory deportations of criminals and people that have committed criminal offenses in America since they came here. So they're going after the bad people first. Beyond that, Trump's already making calls to the president of Mexico. And what she's doing is she's telling these caravans to turn back and disperse. So all these people that are rushing to the American border while they still can are being turned away. And most of them are like, hey, if I get in, I'm probably getting kicked out anyways. So people are actually bailing out on these migrant caravans because they know Donald Trump's going to be president and it's a lost cause. So do I believe every migrant that came in illegally is going to leave voluntarily? No. But I believe Trump, he's stated multiple times that he believes that we should have a lot of people coming into the United States, but through a legal process. Because how many jobs this is going to create? We're going to need more workers, guaranteed. On top of that, their agenda for this migration issue is to have these companies curb the hiring of illegal immigrants, which is, it's good because the conditions that some people are hiring illegal immigrants under, they're making like $4 or $5 an hour. Like, it's disgusting. They don't have health benefits. They do not have protection under workman's comp. Like, it's dangerous for these people coming in what they're doing. And it's also illegal for these companies to be hiring all these illegal immigrants. So they're going to attack the companies that hire them. They're going to do voluntary deportation, and then they're going to go directly after the criminals, convicted criminals, and they're going to go round them out and kick them out of the country, which needs to be done. You guys see that truck over there? He's telling me to get the fuck out of the way. But big change is coming, guys. Big change. Right now, we got Jerome Powell. It's over in the Fed bank. Uh-oh, we lost a tooth. Oh, it's not from that. Ah, fuck it, we don't need it. But yeah, Mr. Powell says he's gonna refuse to step down when Donald Trump tells him to step down. And he's saying it's not legal for him to do so. So I'm really excited to see what comes of that. Because if the President of the United States is telling an unelected person to step down and they refuse, that sounds like it's not democracy. Because if someone that's unelected is holding a position and refuses to relinquish their power, that seems like we're lacking democracy. Because the voice of the American people were heard when they hired Donald Trump on election day. And if we got someone within our government refusing to listen to the will of the people, that sounds like a threat on democracy. But I think a really cool video for you guys to go watch is a Trump rally that was held in Europe. It had all these European people. I would say at least 50 to 100,000 people over in Europe that gathered for a rally. And it's crazy to see that people over in Europe understand American politics better than the American people. They were putting up images of people within our government, and the crowd was either cheering if they're a good person or if they're a bad person. So, for example, they had put up an image of Hillary Clinton, and everyone would boo because they know that she's horrible. The things she has done, the criminal activities, they understand she's a bad person. Yet we got American citizens that think Hillary Clinton is a good person. Then they were putting up images of Nancy Pelosi and they were booing. They were putting up images of George Soros and they were booing. They put up a picture of Donald Trump and the whole crowd goes wild. I'm talking, we got Europeans for Trump. We got Mexicans for Trump. It's insane. Like, so many people are ravaged by the cartel in Mexico. They're scared to walk the streets. The cartel run the government. They run the police departments. It's so corrupted. So the Mexican people are cheering for Trump to bring sanity back to their country, which is very inspiring to see. Like, it's amazing. But what are you guys up to? How are you doing on this beautiful day? Europeans for Trump. Go watch it. You're calling bullshit. Go watch. Type in Trump rally in Europe. I'm telling you, 50,000 people line the streets, like with signs and cheers and air horns. Like, after that, go type in Japanese Trump rally. People all over Japan. Like, if you haven't seen all the world leaders, go to Real News No Bullshit Instagram. They put out a post about all these press releases that world leaders have put out about Donald Trump winning the election. You do not know how much support that man has all over the world. I think the American people are the only... Oh, we got a super chat? Look, Rod RR, thank you for the super chat. I love letting your voice be heard above all the others and all the people that aren't going to see the chat in the recording. Rod RR sent $5 in a super chat, and his message is, the Native Americans want mass deportations. Now, the thing is, migrants want that. American citizens want that. Because so many people came to this country legally. They gave up their life. They left the country that they love and all their loved ones that still live there. They sold their houses. They sold their business, their car, to come to America to pursue the American dream. And then they see these people come over illegally. They get health care. They get social services. They get thousands of dollars. They get free hotel rooms, most time in luxury hotels. And it's really deterring for the people that have come here legally or the Native Americans that have been here. And they get to see these people step into our country illegally and get every single thing handed to them. While these people that came here legally and have been here legally get stepped on. And they get half of what these illegals are getting. I understand why Native Americans want mass deportations. Because these people are coming over and they're getting first dibs on jobs. They're getting first dibs on Section 8 housing. They're getting luxury hotels. They're getting credit cards with $10,000 on it. Like, come on. Who isn't sick from this act? That's the feeling you share? So do I. Have I tried math before? No. I drank the dank juice. Like, listen, so many people on the left say that people that support Donald Trump are in a cult. Now tell me this. How many people have taken their life since Donald Trump won the election? There was a story of a man that took out his children, took out his wife, took out his ex, and then took his own life. Just because of Donald Trump's victory. And you think we're in the cult? Like, look at all the things you have to believe and support to be part of the Democrat Party. There's a lot of Democrat influencers out there that were supporting Joe Biden, but then they see Kamala Harris as the candidate and they stand up and they say, hey, she's super radical. I'm a Democrat, but I don't support this. And they start saying, hey, I support this, but I don't support this. And they had people excommunicado, getting them out of the Democrat Party and saying, hey, you better step in line or we're going to turn against you and destroy you. And you say Trump supporters are in a cult? Because Trump supporters just want our taxes lowered. We want the cost of goods and services lowered. We want lower fuel and energy. How are we in a cult? Please explain that to me. We got another $5 super chat. Thank you. Appreciate that. It was just a heart. And, oh, PayPal. We got a $50. Thank you. Please give a source about the luxury hotels. Please, just go. Just go look at anyone that lives in New York City. RR sent another $5. Thank you. Actually, the Native Americans are protected and entitled class in America. That they are, but still, these people coming in illegally are getting more services than them. Certain Native Americans that have casinos, they're getting a pretty good kickback. Hey, I got a hello from Gabriel. Dude, long time no see, brother. We've killed it. We've had 1,500 subscribers in the past 28 days. That's insane. Actually, 1,000 in the past week. I'm more than grateful. I think you all really do want a lower cost of living, and I'm worried about the opposite. Well, we'll see. We got to live under Trump's administration, and we saw what happened. He put tariffs. We didn't see a rise in cost. Very good question. Why did Trump supporters raid the Capitol on January 6th? Right now, Congress is sitting down and getting the exact number of FBI informants that entered the Capitol. And it's something in the hundreds of FBI informants that were part of that. Do you know how many people that were left-leaning journalists that entered on January 6th? Do you know how many Trump supporters on January 6th were saying, hey, they're not part of us, don't partake in this, this is insanity, there's no reason we should be getting violent radical. So honestly, I think a lot of truth is going to come out about January 6th that you guys aren't aware of. And a cool thing too is as soon as Trump gets in there, baby, all those January 6th political prisoners, they're getting pardoned. I'm sure the people that were doing violent, like very violent things, their asses are staying in prison. But you know how many people that were peaceful, that were just walking around? They're walking around like they were doing a tour of the Capitol, that are still locked up, non-violent people. Like, that shit's sick. And the thing is, if you really pay attention to January 6th, you will realize... Ah, shit. You will realize that a lot of the people were let in by Capitol Police. They were moving gates, they were holding doors open, they were actually guiding people around the Capitol, showing them around the different rooms. If you ever seen the guy with the crazy horns and the flags that was sitting in the actual hall where Nancy Pelosi's desk was, he was showed to that room. And as soon as Capitol Police said, hey, you gotta leave, he said, okay. I think his name was Jacob Chansley. And he was seen as like the MAGA king or whatever. He was like the face of January 6th. And he was completely peaceful. He was just walking around the Capitol. And the reason he was let out is because he has video of Capitol Police escorting him into the room. And the second they asked him to leave, he said, sure, let's go. So the title of this video is Donald Trump won, but what can Democrats do? And I think what you could do is wake up to the fact that you have been brainwashed by politicians, you've been brainwashed by celebrities and musicians and influencers. Like, if you guys haven't seen the TikTok influencers that are straight out of high school that became very popular, that were pushed all through the TikTok algorithm, like, that's probably the reason Donald Trump won. Because we got a bunch of kids that repeat the major news outlet talking points. They've never had a job. They don't have a family. Like, people are waking up and saying, why the fuck are we going to listen to these 18, 19-year-old influencers that have no idea what life is? Like, come on. But that's my main message today is, Democrats, you got to wake up and realize the lie that you were sold. You guys truly believe that Donald Trump was going to get kicked out of politics. You believed Kamala Harris was the greatest person that could have ever run for president. She was a black female. There's no way she could have lost, and that couldn't have been a bigger lie. So please, wake up and realize, like, most of the shit you've been sold was bullshit. The first impeachment, he was acquitted. The second impeachment, he was acquitted. The classified document case, nuclear codes case, he got acquitted. It was all a political attack on him to prevent him from being the president of the United States. But the American citizens heard it loud and clear that the justice system was being used against political opponents. And we want retribution. We want those people held accountable that lied to you, the Democrat voters, the people that were sold a lie that he did this and he did that. And you're going to be amazed at how many of these claims against Donald Trump that are going to get overturned and found out to be fact-checked that they were a lie. So please, take control of your mind. Realize you were dismayed. You were lied to. The American citizens were lied to. They withheld the Hunter Biden laptop from you. They were silencing accounts. There was doctors coming out for C-19. They were saying this and that, and they turned out to be true, but they silenced those people. We got to see that good overcame evil in this election. And if you think all Trump supporters are this or that, you're in a cult. You truly are in a cult if you think all Trump supporters are the same. Because you have grandmas, you have grandpas, you have immigrants voting for Trump. You got people that came here legally, got their citizenship. They're different colors than white that voted for Trump. And it's a movement that's far bigger than Donald Trump himself. It's the motto to make America great again. So if you're against that idea and you've been brainwashed to think every Trump supporter's horrible, I'm sorry, but you're the one that's in a cult. So guys, we're going to do a little thing real quick. We're going to do our best to bump up the thumbs up. All you got to do is double tap that screen right now. We got 1,000 people in here. If we get half of you guys to double tap that screen for your support of the United States of America and the greatness that is going to come from our boy DJT getting in that office. Just double tap that screen. Make sure you subscribe. I'm about to put out a bunch of content, and it's not all political. It's going to be fun. It's going to be wild. I do, truly, from the bottom of my heart, I'm thankful for your support. RR with another $2 in the super chat. And Rod RR, for the people that are watching this recording, his message is Donald Trump opened our eyes to all the bullshit that was going on in our country, in the media, in our elections, all that stuff. But we're doing one more campaign, guys. We're going to do 15 seconds right now. Double tap that screen. Hit the shit out of it. Hit it 4 times. At the bottom right of your screen, you could hit the little heart emojis, the fire, the 100. Double tap that screen. Let's get this thing going, guys. I truly appreciate the love. I cannot see how many thumbs up we're getting right now, but I know we could do better than that. America's back, baby. We're back bigger than ever. We got the Senate, we got the House, we got the Speaker of the House. Right now, these old school Republicans are trying to put a fork in the road by electing some shitty Senate majority leader, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to clean this shit up. We're getting all these corrupt Republicans out of here, and we're replacing it with a system for we, the people. So guys, if you can, hit that subscribe, show your love. We've had 1,500 people in the past week join the team. So I just want to give a big heart and love for you guys. You are the backbone of America. And to all the veterans that have served for our country, that have chose to lay down their life for us, I want to say thank you. If you served in the armed force, thank you. What you've done is put your own ambitions aside, and you chose to put your life down for us, to give us the ability to vote, the ability to protect our rights. I am more than grateful for those that have served. So one last time, guys, let's put flags in the chat. Let's get American flags all through the chat right now for Veterans Day, to show your love for the veterans that served our country, that put their lives down for you and I, for our rights, for our ability to be this free nation. And if you could, double tap the shit out of that screen, show those thumbs up, because this right here is for our veterans, the people that stood behind the red, white, and blue, the people that left their families. And a big shout out to all those spouses that let their significant other go across the seas and fight for our freedom. I love you. Thank you for what you've done. I know the spouses don't get enough applause, but hey, you held down the fort while they were out there fighting for our freedom. And if you could, guys, I would greatly appreciate bumping that subscription number up. All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button, and it shows love for me being out here, put my job on the line, my reputation, the people that come and attack people that believe in making America great again. It is a fight. The amount of messages, the amount of evil comments, the people that try reporting my account, like, it's literally a fight against these people that are against making America great again. But big shout out to the veterans. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Much love. See you next time.